2022 Lexus IS500 F Sport first test, an excellent ending. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe buttons, so that we can continue to provide information about car and motorcycle news. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Alright commenters, forum posters, tweeters, and general looky-loos, it's time to put your money where your mouth is. Spend now or forever hold your peace. You want a free-breathin, air-suckin, turbo-teetotaler V8 sports sedan with honest-to-goodness rear-wheel drive? Prove it. Buy a 2022 Lexus IS500 F Sport before it leaves production, or so help us if we catch you complaining about the lack of naturally aspirated, rear-drive V8 sedans for the rest of your days. As far as we can tell, this is it aside from the bloated, musclebound Dodge Charger. The stock of new production V8 powered cars, naturally aspirated or otherwise, will only get smaller as time passes, so if you think you might want one before the faucet shuts off for good, mosey over to your local Lexus dealer and place an order, provided you can swallow the $57,000 base price. Hold your horses, context ahead. However, you should know a few things about Lexus' latest rip-roaring 4-door drift machine before you write the check. This is emphatically not an IS-F, nor was such a car Lexus' intention when it designed it. Neither does the tricky F Sport performance designation denote that a hotter IS-F model is just over the horizon. We're not saying such a car won't happen, but there are a few details about the wonderful IS500 that require some context. The 2022 Lexus IS500 F Sport is best interpreted as the existing IS350 F Sport with significantly more juice. Aside from small mechanical changes that include larger 14.0-inch front and 12.7-inch rear brake rotors and a new Yamaha-sourced rear chassis damper, much of the performance componentry is presumably interchangeable between V6 and V8 models. Hardly a bad thing. We really dig the IS350 F Sport, especially in its latest, updated form. The only thing we really wanted changed was the power figure and, hey, really, this is less of a case of someone high up at Lexus religiously reading our first tests and first drives, we're sure they do so, and more of a situation where the company didn't have to spend a fortune to create such a neato car. New engine. What else? Shoehorning the 5.0-liter V8 into the space where a 3.5-liter V6 usually sits wasn't as tough as you think. The 2022 Lexus IS500 F Sport receives fenders elongated to match the repositioned radiator, and a 2.0-inch hood bump lets a surprisingly handsome intake manifold breathe, and, that's mostly it. If only our own backyard V8 swaps were so easy. As we noted in our first look at the car earlier this year, the fact you'll only ever find IS500s terrorizing US tarmac is a solid indicator this was a low-lift project for Lexus. Good luck picking this car out of the IS crowd, too. If you needed further proof this isn't a real deal full-fat F, there's a distinct lack of dorky exterior badging and only subtle bodywork differences compared to the IS350. Up front, the swollen hood is the only tell. Around back, it's an additional 2 slashes in the diffuser and a pair of stacked exhaust pipes on either side. Just like Grandpappy is F, everything under this sorta new wrapper is pure IS350 F Sport. This means the V6 model's performance-tuned adaptive suspension, 8-speed automatic transmission, limited slip rear differential, and drive modes are all retained for the bigger engine. Heart of gold. First, a bit about the star of the whole shebang, the 2-er GSE 5.0-liter V8. Output is a healthy 472 horsepower and 395 pounds-to-foot of torque, a set of figures identical to the updated RCF and similar to the beloved LC500's 471 horsepower and 398 pounds-to-foot, and a skosh higher than the dearly departed G's F's 467 horsepower and 389 pounds-to-foot. In practice, it's more of the same lovely 2-er V8 we've come to know and appreciate since its first starring role in the 2008 IS-F. It's an unusual engine in that it possesses a character and tonality utterly without comparison, no matter the nationality. Power is peaky, with max HP landing at a glorious 7,100 revolutions per minute and torque clocking in at a comparably lofty 4,800 revolutions per minute. The 2022 Lexus IS500 F Sports engine is revvy by nature, the center needle bouncing up and down the digital tachometer with even minor jabs of your right foot. An American luba brute. This isn't, it's closer to something European, but even that's not quite right. The sound is so unique, so Japanese, you've got to hear it to understand. There's snort from the Yamaha designed cylinder heads accentuated through interior speakers, but with the windows down, the resultant unending crack from the stacked pipes out back drowns out any inside fakery. Underlying the jagged 8-cylinder rip, there's a metallic, mechanical zing the farther you kick the needle. We'll have another hit, please.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.